Hello YouTube, Bimmer7 guy here, and we're going to be working on this W211 again, OM642 diesel. We're going to go through and we're going to be replacing some stuff today. Alright, well, let's get to it. The first step you'll need to do is remove this engine cover. And then after that, you wonder, how am I going to do all this with all this awesomeness? Well, we'll go over that here in just a moment. And this here is the part we're going to be replacing. This is the CB Engineering Mercedes Turbo Resonator Delete. Pretty much it's just straight pipe. The original one's a little baffled thing. Comes with installation instructions. And we're going to be installing it today, and I'll give you my thoughts on it after probably about a week. Well, let's get into it. Alright, and we're going to be replacing this. We're going to be replacing right down here. It's this, I have a hard time seeing it. It's down in there. It's the Turbo Resonator. We're going to replace it with one from CB Engineering, and we'll go through that here today. We're going to need to remove this cover. On this cover, you got a bolt here and a bolt here. This is probably the right bolt. This one's been replaced with just a hex head. But with the one, you'll need an E10 to remove this one over here. And we'll go about removing this, and then we'll come back, we'll take this cover off in a moment. And after you get the front cover pulled off, you'll see right here is the turbo resonator there. And that's something we're going to be replacing. Well, let's get to it. Now to remove this resonator, there is a bolt right there, which I've already started to remove a little bit. And then, look back, there's one right there. Need to remove that one as well. And then to undo it, it's got clip here, next clip, metal clip, you gotta pull it down, just like we did on the other pipe. And then right here, it's got a screw, you gotta take that out, pull this out, and then pull the resonator out. Well, let's get that pulled out. Now we got the two bolts out that were holding in the resonator. Now we need to go through and remove the clip. Right here, this metal clip. As you can see, this little notch right here. We'll try and get a pick in there or a flathead screwdriver to pull the clip. We need to get this clip off of this intercooler hose here, and then we got to take this out to be able to pull this off and then get this resonator out of here. Alright, so like I said, we got to try and remove this pin from this resonator to disconnect it from the intercooler hose. And I think we just got it. Oh. And just like that, we got the pin off. Now we just need to remove and then we can remove the resonator. Alright. Now for removing this, it is a T20 to go through and remove this. We're going to get it on there good. We got our T20, got our screw out. Now we're going to pull off this collar. And we're going to pull this down. All right. And now that's out of the way. Now we're going to go through and do some more. All right, and since we already undid the ring and everything, yep, here is the resonator. Let's see if we can even get it out from the top, because it does not look like it wants to come out the top. It looks like it probably needs to come out through the bottom, which in order to do that, we need to pull off that bottom tray. And this is just going to be a quick comparison between the two, so you can see the differences. Put them next to each other. There's no resonator on this one, straight. But also, it seems like if you look at the piping, this piping does appear way larger, and it stays large. So you can see this one's right there. Hopefully it sounds much better. We'll see. Now we're going to be installing the CB pipe now. In the same place we removed the old one. Installation is pretty much going to be the reverser removal. On here, included with this is a gasket. The gasket right here will go on the end of here, and then up into the pipe that goes to the turbo. Now, with that, our turbo pipe gasket on it, not too bad, but see, it's got a little wave to it. I feel like it was slightly leaking, especially being how it looks right there. Kind of looks like it was leaking to me. So we're going to replace it with a new gasket. Alright, so with this, we have our O-ring installed. We have our spring clip loosely installed. It's not actually where it needs to be, but there's a good reason for that. It's so we can hook it there. Let's go through and try and get that done. See if I can fish this down there. Alright, so we do have this fish down here, practically. Now, maybe we should mount where it needs to be first. I think that's what we should do. Hold on one moment. Yeah, let me get it mounted. Hold on. there you have it. It is loosely mounted. Now we're going to go through and connect that intercooler pipe. Well, that looks like a pretty good view, I guess. Alright, well, I'm going to take a moment and try and get it on. Alright, I did get it in there. Took a little bit of wiggling to get it to the proper spot. And you can see I got the ring on it, the clip. And then we'll get that pipe mounted onto that one. We'll get a new O-ring on it and get it hooked back up to the turbo. Alright. Come on. And I believe that is seated. At least it looks seated. Let's see. Yeah? Oh man, it fell down. Well, we got that on there, seated. We'll put our bolt in. We'll snug all this up, and we'll see how it goes.